For millennia, humanity has gazed across the Strait of Gibraltar, seeing not just a barrier, but a neighbor within reach. At the Pillars of Hercules, Europe and Africa are separated by just 14 kilometers of water, a distance that modern engineering could seemingly conquer. Yet, despite our ability to span chasms and tunnel through mountains, this connection remains unbuilt. Why? The answer lies in a complex web of geology, engineering, finance, and politics. In this journey, we'll uncover the monumental challenges that have kept this dream just out of reach. Join me as we explore why Europe and Africa remain divided by a short but formidable stretch of sea. The Strait of Gibraltar is more than just a narrow channel of water separating two continents. It's a dramatic meeting point where the forces of nature have been locked in a slow-motion struggle for millions of years. Here, the Eurasian and African tectonic plates collide, grinding and pushing against each other in a relentless geological dance that has shaped the very face of this region. Over countless millennia, this collision has created seismic instability, giving rise to the rugged mountain ranges that frame the strait and leaving the land in a constant state of tension and transformation. The region is alive with tremors and earthquakes, both large and small, making the idea of building anything permanent here a direct challenge to the restless forces that continue to shape our world. But the challenges don't stop at the surface. The Strait of Gibraltar plunges to astonishing depths, up to 900 meters, deeper than the tallest skyscrapers on Earth, making the prospect of constructing a bridge or tunnel here a feat beyond anything humanity has ever attempted. Imagine the engineering required to build support towers nearly a kilometer underwater on a seabed riddled with unstable clay, shifting rock, and unpredictable geological conditions that could change at any moment. The underwater landscape is anything but forgiving, rugged, uneven, and carved by powerful currents and tectonic activity. Foundations here are prone to landslides, sudden shifts, and instability, making every step of construction a high-stakes gamble. Surveying and preparing this treacherous terrain would require not only advanced technology but also years of exhaustive study, just to identify a spot stable enough to even consider building upon. The combination of seismic risk, extreme depth, and a treacherous, ever-changing seabed makes this one of the most challenging and dangerous places on Earth for any kind of crossing, natural or man-made. Nature has set formidable obstacles here: violent storms, crashing waves, and the constant threat of earthquakes. Any attempt to bridge or tunnel across the strait must confront the raw power and unpredictability of the planet itself. The dream of a Gibraltar crossing is not just about spanning a distance. It's about defying the very movement of continents, challenging the slow but unstoppable drift of the Earth's crust. Yet, despite these overwhelming challenges, teams of engineers, scientists, and visionaries continue to study the problem, searching for innovative solutions to one of the world's most daunting natural barriers. Their work is a testament to human curiosity and determination. The geology of the Strait of Gibraltar stands as the first, and perhaps most formidable, guardian of the gap between these two worlds, a silent sentinel shaped by eons of tectonic struggle. Every engineering, financial, and political challenge that follows is rooted in this fundamental, unyielding reality. Before we can dream of connecting continents, we must first reckon with the ancient, restless Earth beneath our feet. When it comes to crossing the Strait of Gibraltar, engineers are confronted with a monumental decision. Should they attempt to build a bridge or tunnel beneath the waves? The geology of the strait presents a daunting set of challenges, forcing designers to weigh the risks and rewards of each approach with extraordinary care. Constructing a bridge here would mean creating a central span stretching over 5 kilometers, twice as long as any bridge span ever built. The towers supporting it would need to soar more than 1,000 meters above the sea, anchored deep into a seabed that is not only unstable, but also sits in a region notorious for earthquakes and shifting tectonic plates. The strait is battered by fierce currents and unpredictable winds, and the sheer scale of the structure would require unprecedented engineering solutions. On top of that, the bridge would need to provide enormous clearances for the world's largest ships, all while withstanding the relentless forces of nature. On the other hand, a tunnel would have to be bored through layers of soft, waterlogged clay, all under immense pressure from the sea above. The route would cross an active tectonic fault, making the risk of earthquakes and ground movement a constant threat to safety and stability. The ever-present danger of collapse or catastrophic flooding from seismic activity cannot be ignored. To maintain a safe gradient for trains or vehicles, the tunnel would likely need to stretch 40 to 50 kilometers, making it one of the longest underwater tunnels on Earth. Both options are further complicated by the strait's role as one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Hundreds of vessels pass through these waters every day, so any construction must be carefully planned to avoid disrupting global trade and navigation. A bridge would have to be tall enough for supertankers to pass beneath without risk, while a tunnel must be routed deep enough to avoid interfering with ship traffic above, all while withstanding the immense geological and environmental pressures below. In essence, engineers are caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, facing violent storms, powerful waves, and seismic risk above, and crushing water pressure, unstable ground, and shifting faults below. Every solution seems to open the door to new and even greater challenges. Overcoming these obstacles will require a revolution in engineering, pioneering new materials that can withstand extreme forces, inventing construction techniques never before attempted, and developing advanced systems to predict and manage the unpredictable stresses of this unique environment. The Strait of Gibraltar doesn't just ask for a bigger bridge or a longer tunnel, it demands a leap into the unknown, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in human engineering and imagination. For now, neither option offers a truly safe or proven solution. The dream of connecting continents here remains just out of reach, waiting for the next breakthrough that could finally make the impossible possible. Even if we could solve the engineering puzzle, the financial barrier is staggering. Estimates for a Gibraltar crossing soar into the tens or even hundreds of billions of euros, making it one of the most expensive infrastructure projects ever conceived. Construction would require unprecedented quantities of steel, concrete, and specialized equipment, all in a hostile marine environment. For a tunnel, custom-built boring machines and complex logistics would drive costs even higher, with delays and overruns almost guaranteed. Beyond construction, maintenance would be a perpetual costly battle, combating corrosion, seismic threats, and the relentless sea. Who would pay? The price is far beyond the means of Spain and Morocco alone, requiring a vast international consortium. Investors would demand returns, likely through high tolls, but ferry services already provide a cheaper, effective alternative. The economic case is weak, the cost may never be recouped, and the project risks becoming a white elephant, an expensive symbol with little practical benefit. The financial mountain is as daunting as the physical one, and so far, no one has found a way to climb it. Suppose the geological and financial hurdles could be overcome. New challenges would emerge, rooted in politics and society. The vision of a physical link between continents is as much about people and power as it is about engineering. The decisions made in government halls and diplomatic meetings would shape the fate of millions, and the bridge would become a symbol of both unity and division. A fixed link would connect the European Union and Africa, raising complex questions about border control, migration, and international law. It would not just be a feat of construction, but a reimagining of how two continents interact, cooperate, and sometimes clash. Spain is part of the EU and Schengen area. Morocco is not. This fundamental difference would complicate everything from customs checks to the movement of people and goods, requiring new agreements and perhaps even new institutions. A bridge or tunnel would create a new land border, demanding unprecedented cooperation. It would require both countries to work together on a scale never seen before, blending technical expertise with diplomatic finesse. Migration is a sensitive issue. Any crossing would be seen as a potential new gateway, requiring advanced security and border management. The fear of increased migration could spark heated debates and even protests, both in Europe and North Africa. Jurisdiction, sovereignty, and legal authority would need to be negotiated, likely through years of complex treaties. Every detail from policing to taxation would be scrutinized and debated with no guarantee of easy consensus. Economic disparities could be exacerbated with impacts on trade, agriculture, and local industries on both sides. The bridge could bring prosperity to some but also threaten livelihoods and traditions that have existed for generations. The project would require decades of stable, committed political partnership, rare in international relations. Shifting governments, changing priorities, and unforeseen crises could derail progress at any stage. Public appetite is uncertain, the existing ferry network is effective, and the opportunity cost of such a massive investment is high. Many would question whether the benefits truly outweigh the risks and the price tag. Culturally, the strait is a historic frontier. For centuries, it has marked the meeting point and the dividing line between civilizations, religions, and ways of life. Replacing it with concrete and steel would fundamentally alter the region's identity. The landscape once defined by water and distance would be forever changed by human ambition. The crossing could also become a political pawn, vulnerable to diplomatic tensions. In times of conflict, it might be closed or restricted, turning a symbol of connection into one of division. In the end, the political and social chasm is as wide and unpredictable as the physical one. The dream of a bridge between worlds is as inspiring as it is daunting, reminding us that some divides are not just measured in miles but in hearts and minds. The dream of connecting Europe and Africa is not new. It's a vision that has inspired proposals for over a century. Early ideas ranged from tunnels in the age of steam to the fantastical Atlantropa Dam project, which would have reshaped the entire Mediterranean. In the late 20th century, Spain and Morocco began formal studies, producing thousands of pages of research and confirming the immense difficulties. Hybrid bridge tunnel concepts and deep-sea railway tunnels have been proposed, each attempting to balance engineering realities with ambition. The most recent serious plan, a 38-kilometer rail tunnel, remains on the drawing board, with costs and risks still prohibitive. Spectacular bridge designs have captured imaginations but falter against the harsh realities of geology and currents. The pattern is clear: optimism leads to studies and plans, but as the true scale of the challenge emerges, momentum fades and the project is shelved. Yet each attempt adds to our understanding of the strait, its geology, and the limits of our technology. The dream persists, but for now it remains just that, a grand vision, always on the horizon, never quite within reach. So, why do Europe and Africa remain unconnected? The answer is written in the Earth itself. The strait's depth, seismic activity, and unstable seabed create a geological gauntlet. Engineering solutions remain unproven, and the financial and political barriers are just as daunting. For now, the Strait of Gibraltar stands as a symbol, close yet profoundly distant. It reminds us that some frontiers remain unconquered, demanding respect for nature's power. The dream of a bridge or tunnel endures, a testament to human ambition. But for the foreseeable future, Europe and Africa will continue to gaze across this narrow, unbridged divide. What do you think? Should we keep dreaming, or focus our efforts elsewhere? Let us know in the comments.